woke up to a surprise here. We had white grass out there as a kind of a late season snowstorm came through. Gave our girls a 2 hour delay, well, at least Samara, 2 hour delay at going to the high school. And I thought to myself, it is sure a good day not to be at outdoor school. You know, it would have sure thrown things into confusion. But in truth, there are so many different ways to learn nowadays, and YouTube is just one of them. I love YouTube. And one of the reasons I love YouTube, one of the main reasons, is that I can learn to do just about anything. There's so many do-it-yourself videos on YouTube. I mean, with a good internet connection, you can learn whatever you need to. For just for an example, a couple weeks ago, I needed to change the oil in both of my cars. So what did I do? I got on YouTube. I typed in the make, the year, the model of our cars, and typed in one at a time, oil change, and it showed me videos step by step. And it could have been detailed as I wanted, from the 3-minute video to the 25-minute video, showing me exactly what I wanted to do. Is great. I have this information at my disposal on demand whenever I want. It's also YouTube or the internet's taught me a lot about playing guitar. I'm not a great guitar player, but several years ago, our church was at a place where we had no one to play guitar. So I got on. I found a guy who had a bunch of videos. I paid his yearly subscription fee, and I learned enough how to play guitar by a guy named Marty Schwartz. He did a good job. It was really interesting. It helped me learn, helped me grow, and I'd recommend those videos to anyone starting out. But if the truth were to be told, YouTube wasn't the first to teach me about changing my oil. It was my dad in our garage. Him showing me where the socket wrenches were, telling me why to change the oil, where the oil pan was, where the oil plug was. He took me to Weimar. He showed me how to use the catalogs there to get the right oil filter. Uh, he was my dad that got me started. And he didn't play guitar. It was my dad's guitar. He showed me how to hold it. My very first song, it was a good friend of mine named John Macy who taught me how to play my very first song. I mean, it's a song I can still play today. It's weird to have grown up or have grown up in these two different eras, kind of that in-between era. I mean, when I was a kid, I had skills from my dad and my friends. It was our interaction together through which knowledge was passed down or given or taught. It was through relating together, through our relationship. I mean, even at school, the things that I learned at school, it was Gwen Gilbertson or Mrs. Gilbertson that taught me how to play the violin. It was my favorite school teachers were fourth and fifth grade, Mr. Kelleher in fourth grade and Mrs. Rolfe in fifth. And through my learning, they got to know me, but I got to know them, and I liked them so much so that even when I went off to middle school, and when I get back early, I go to the elementary school just to see my old teachers because I liked them so much. So it is true that YouTube and Pinterest and we can get recipes and all that kind of thing online. We can get knowledge when we want it, how we want it. We can choose instructional videos for 5 minutes or 35 minutes. We can acquire information quickly that we want conveniently. We don't have to go out in the snow. We can do it in the comfort of our home. There's no relationship built along the way. When we're in the kitchen learning how to bake gingerbread with grandma, it's different than following a YouTube video or a Pinterest recipe. And Marty Schwartz, who taught me a lot about playing guitar, doesn't know my name. He doesn't know that I exist. The guy that taught me where my oil plug in my newer car, my most recent cars are, he doesn't care about me. He doesn't feel proud that I could do it myself. I can't call him. I can't return the favor. I can't clean up his garage. Yeah, there was a transfer of knowledge. I learned from him, but there was no relationship built. It's the way it seems that education is. It's a knowledge transfer on school portals, Pinterest, YouTube, master classes being taught by top professionals in their field. You sign up, you pay your fee, you get a student number. and you learn a new skill. There's a transfer of information, but it's completely devoid of relationship. Sometimes I wonder if our approach to spiritual lessons is kind of the same way. When we first become Christians, we want to learn so much. We want to grow. We want to be more than we are. We want to know. We want information. We want abilities. We want capabilities. We desire giftings. We want them when we want them. We want them how we want them. We want them now and we want to fast. But Jesus didn't record any instructional videos to leave on YouTube. The lessons he taught weren't for mass media or even the lecture hall, but for one-on-one through the Holy Spirit. These aren't master classes that are marketed on YouTube and then put on the internet where we pay our fee. These are classes taught by the master through lessons he teaches to his followers as they walk with him. Lessons developed and taught through relationship. Not just to increase knowledge or ability, but a deepening of relationship. This is Jesus as our teacher. The disciples referred to Jesus as a master, and this wasn't a slave-master relationship. This was a student-teacher relationship. Even the psalmist in Psalm 27:11, at the first start part of it, he says, "Teach me your ways, O Lord." Or again in Psalm 25, verses 8 and 9, he says, "Good and upright is the Lord, therefore he teaches sinners in the way. The humble he guides in justice, and the humble he teaches his ways." These are relationships. This is the student-teacher relationship. Or listen to what God said to his people, to his students through Psalm 32, verse 8. God said, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will guide you with my eye." And then go into the New Testament, Jesus in John 14:6, he said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." No one comes to the Father except through what? A list of things to do, a list of things to avoid, an impersonal learning portal where you get your password and your username. No, it's through a person. It's through a relationship. I think sometimes in our lives we get impatient to learn something about God or to be transformed. We want it now and we want it fast, and we forget that learning, that growing is about a relationship. Jesus said in John 15:5, "I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit, but without me you can do nothing." The word you can underline there is nothing. We can't do anything. We can't grow. We can't serve. We can't bear fruit apart from him, apart from the relationship. Abiding requires contact. Abiding implies patience. Abiding forms relationship. And through relationship is how disciples are formed. It takes time. It's not a good internet connection, it's a good prayer connection. So may you be blessed as you seek after him and seek to grow and learn. Ciao.